So again, one of our interview specials, and it was with a band called The Stay, hailing from Ebbw, formed in 2018, and what a great bunch of lads. They were just such a good laugh, and yeah, you'll just see through the interview the energy they had. Talk very confident, talk about the debut EP, Mellow Times, the new single, The Light, which is out, which just took a bit of a different direction. And they are an indie rock band, but with a little bit of a difference. This standout song, they sing a song called Trevor, and you'll see in the interview where that come from, where that was inspired, and it's not what you think. It really isn't. But they were just a good bunch of lads, and I really hope these ones go really far, and I do believe they will. The tunes they got, they're quirky, they're fun, they're light-hearted, but don't take away from the seriousness of this band, and the singer's voice is very unique, and yeah, it was just very, very good. Like I said, the band, we had Dylan, we had Kai, Brad, and Tyler, I think it was. But yeah, again, as always, let me know what you think. Put in the comments, leave reviews, subscribe to the channel, because we're trying to build something here at the Indie Alt Club, as you can see by there. And we're also looking for other bands to do interviews with. So if you're watching this and you're a band, we're traveling up and down the UK, get in contact, let us know, and we can do some content with you. We're always looking to improve. We're getting more production, we're building on that, but we can only do that with you, and we need your help on that side of it. And ultimately, we're there to help bands and help this sort of indie culture, try and make it bigger and better. Yeah, the venues are going down. There's not as much live music out there, but it is trying to get back, and we want to be right at the forefront of that. And we think bands like The Stay are just testament to that, because it was brilliant. So I hope you really enjoyed the interview, because it was a fun one for us to do. And hopefully we'll get some more content with them as well, because they were just a great bunch of boys. Anyway, enjoy it. Thank you. And let us know what you think.
Vale, yeah? All born and bred Vale boys? Or?
He's Tredegar.
Tredegar, that's the only one, is it?
He's an enemy.
Yeah. And in terms of you were formed in 2018, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you've been going for quite a while then?
Well, the name has been going since 2018.
Yeah.
But we've probably been since 2015, 16 since school, you know what I mean, practicing together.
Okay.
But The Stay, when we went to college, sort of rebranded then itself as The Stay, you know what I mean?
And where did the name The Stay come from?
Well,
I think you just said it one time.
we was walking through college, and because we was like trying to figure out names for the band for ages, and we was walking through college, and I just said, what about The Stay? And I think he just went, yeah, sound. And that was pretty much it, like, do you know what I mean?
That's as easy as it
Yeah.
was.
I think the name, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was it.
Fair enough.
So-
Your debut EP, guys, Mellow Times.
Yeah, that's
How
it.
did you find doing that, recording that?
I think it was a bit of it was a really good time recording it, but I think when we went in it, we realised like we got a lot to work on as a band. I think when we went in at first, it was sort of like all these drum beats, and now we had to change and make it more. We had to simplify a lot of our music, do you know what I mean? Because we went in there with it was Nick Bryan's studio in the EVA, and I was in the Institute, but it was 3 days altogether. But when we come out of it, I think looking back now, we would have shortened the songs a bit more. But altogether, it was a really good EP, and Mellow Times is probably our biggest song out of it. And it's our last song that we play live, and the fans seem to like it, like, do you know what I mean?
Do you know what your most streamed song is?
I'm not aware.
I think it is, isn't it? Is it? Be Without Me, is it?
Yeah. Be Without Me.
Play that.
Yeah, Be
you play
Without
that?
Me. Yeah, I was waiting for it in your set, to be honest. I didn't think but boys, it's a fantastic set. And we were saying, like, what a unique voice you got.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate
really
that.
stands out, like, you sound different. Do you know what I'm saying? But in a good way. Yes, definitely stands out.
This road not to life. This road not to life. This road not to life. Things that that she looks like a bandit tonight. And I'm waiting for. So if you wanna come and have a dance, talk about some romance alive. And I'm waiting for. This romance survives. This romance survives. This romance survives. This romance survives.
So, in terms of your new single, then The Light, I feel that's like took a bit of a different direction. Am I right in saying that? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I think he came in with the riff one day and he was like all shy, like, oh, I got a riff. He was like, come on, let's hear it. And I think when he played it, it was like, that's really good. Do you know what I mean? Straight away, it was like, you got something there.
yeah,
And we sort of, as a band, usually when we have songs, someone comes in with something and we all just play it. Even if it's no words, nothing, we just play the structure, just try and get something out of it with the drums, bass, guitars, everything. And when he started playing that riff, everyone joined in. And the chorus literally come like that, didn't it? Like literally straight away, I just started singing the chorus, and it was like, oh my god, we got something there, like, do you know what I mean? And then the verses came later on then.
Yeah.
But when we went to record it, we went up in St. Helens with Sugar House Productions.
right.
You got Eddie and Lee, and they are brilliant. They're really good producers, and they work with Vale Beach as well. They've done a lot of their tracks, and they helped us on that song, and like they just made
Do
it
you
even
find most of
better.
your songs start with like a riff, or is it like you lay down a couple of words? Or
To be honest, I think Brad's doing himself a disservice, really. Brad comes in with, like, the idea, the skeleton, he's got, like, a little melody, chord progression, and then everyone makes an attempt to put their own part of it into the song. So he comes in with the skeleton, everybody puts on the beat, and then what comes out from it is the song. And then, bless them, to bring him up again, AD and who's the engineer?
Lee.
They worked us. They weren't. We went in there. They didn't pander us. They was like, no, these songs need work. We're gonna help you. And yeah, you know, from there we've had a good partnership with them, I'd say, and it's going well. And the way our working relationship at the moment, I feel like it's just going up and up, and the songs getting better and better.
So I think you can hear in them, especially in The Light, the production of it is a lot better. You know what I mean? You can hear it as compared to the other songs, even though the other songs are really good. But just like we're still learning as songwriters and as a band. You know what I mean? But when you hear it, it's like it's just a bit
that with
better.
a lot of bands. You get a lot of bands who are quite raw.
Yeah.
So you've got your drums, you've got your guitars, and you've got ones you can feel there's a bit more production going in it. There's a bit of synth in it or whatever sort of thing going on. So I've got down here that Adam Wharton played one of your tracks quite recently on the BBC.
Yeah, he played the lights.
Yeah, that was the Lights. He played that Friday. Just
I suppose that was quite a big moment for you at the time, yeah? Or
Well, we sent it off in. So the single came out on the 8th of August. Was it the 8th? It was the 8th, wasn't it? It was around about that time, and we sent it off about a week before release. We didn't hear anything back, but then we sent it off then the Wednesday, and then they just said, yeah, we're going to play it. But he gives some kind words, but he sort of said that he missed it the first time. Maybe, I don't know what happened there, but he said like he was glad that it came back to him, so he had the opportunity to play it again. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, it was a big moment for us.
Yeah, good exposure for you, I suppose, yeah.
Really happy
Is that
with
the
that.
first sort of time you've had exposure like that, or?
We had Mellow Times as well.
Mellow Times is the first we got played with him,
Yeah.
and then the Light was the second song.
Small radios as well, like Newport, Bristol way, like BBC. We've been on it twice, I think, with Mellow Times and the Light. But we've always, not always, but sometimes we're lucky to get on like smaller radios for more exposure. It was always nice to be on BBC then, so obviously that's
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. So, in terms of you as a band and you band members, what would you say the sort of bands inspire you or you grew up listening to? If you were going to pick one, who would you go for?
Do you want to do the story? Would you want?
Well, there's three pivotal moments that I'd say that our influence is, and the one is quite far off from the others. So when we started out, we was a punk rock band.
Right, okay.
So when we was like 15, 16, he got me into Blink, Callum, on the end of it. He got me into Blink 182. I love that band. Honestly, they got some great songs. So I think we was kind of mimicking the sort of music, and we realised, yeah, we can't really do that. We got to kind of be our own band. But I'd say, especially for myself, because I got learning guitar pretty late, I'd say Blink got me to pick up a guitar. Oasis got me to sing, because I thought, well, you can sing and be cool. Do you know what I mean? And then the Beatles got me to write songs. Do you know what I mean? And I think for us, you love the Beatles. That's how we connected. And I met him on a night out in Spoons. He had a Beatles shirt on. I said, oh my God, you look like Paul McCartney, because you have got a sort of face like him.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of Paul
And-
McCartney about him.
Yeah.
And then I asked, who's your favourite Beatle? And you said John Lennon.
Yeah, and I said, who's yours? And what did you say?
McCartney.
There you go. And yeah,
And the rest of the like together. Then.
exactly.
I was the last one to, so everybody else was established, and then I was the last one to. I just met you randomly on a night out, and then it went from there. I wasn't in the circle almost, you know.
Joined the band then.
Fair play. So, in terms of growing up in Swansea, obviously the valleys and all that, did you find that shaped you in any way, would you say? Or sort of any sort of, like most people go stereophonics, manics, that sort of thing on the era?
The band from, I think that Merthyr band, Pretty Vicious. But for me, that was a big thing of, I'm not going to, unfortunately they disbanded for whatever reasons happened, but it was inspiring to hear a band literally just from down the road that, you think if they can do it, like, why can't we do it, almost like, when you're a band coming out of Cardiff or Swansea or like any kind of city, like you're in the valleys, you kind of, closed off from that world almost, even though it's only down the road, you still see it as the big city, whereas you're, from the valleys, the small mining towns.
Like, if they can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
It gives that belief, yeah.
And in general, how do you find the music scene in like sort of South Wales at the moment?
There's Cardiff, but you connect with Cardiff and Swansea, I think, to like, especially when I watch a gig. There's nothing like Ebbw away from, there's no like cover bands really.
Yeah.
So the music scene is Cardiff and Swansea.
Yeah.
I think the driving force at the minute is Cardiff and Swansea, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where you want to play as well. That's where that's where the people are.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of venues have closed down, haven't they? We did a pitch yesterday on Newport, and Newport used to be one of those iconic places. Do you know what I'm saying? There's some massive bands played there. We had a starter, apparently Kurt Cobain met Courtney Love in a place called TJ's, which was a big venue. They used to have people like that playing in Nirvana, Stone Roses. Do you know, I remember watching Sabian as a recent band in Newport Centre. But I just feel that it is back on the rise. We're seeing that, but we think in general it is a bit quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of bands coming out.
We were literally talking about that in the car coming down, weren't we? And it's great, like there's so much investment going into like the Bay and stuff like that, but everywhere else is suffering. It's almost like like the parallel with England now that everything's London-centric.
Yeah.
And then everywhere else outside suffers because the money gets pulled in there. And as much as we love Cardiff, like, we've had a great time tonight, it's a great city. You know,
but it's nothing much out.
You never see that around anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right, we're just pausing this little interview and this episode for word from our sponsors. Like any good sort of podcast, like YouTube sort of vlog, we have to have sponsors, rely on sponsors to provide this. Like I said, we're building a little studio here. We're going to gigs to go and see these bands. We're conducting interviews. We're really trying to give this a really good go to make something big here. And without it and help of our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do that. So at the moment, we're with a company called, can you see that? Fudge My Life. So we've had this. We've also got these. And we do believe these are actually on TikTok at the moment, on TikTok Shop. So if you search in Fudge My Life, you'll be able to see that. We are obviously, like anything, always open to sponsors. If there's someone who thinks they fit our brand, or like I said, just wants to get involved and help someone out. Maybe you're just a fan of music. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially this kind of music. So there's all different ones in here. Look at the size on this. Oh, that's bubblegum. That is beautiful. And then there's even like fudge like this with, I don't know if we could pick that up. There's like little hundreds and thousands on there, which is birthday cake. There's a blue raspberry sour, I believe, in there. There's Eat a Mess. And like I said, it all comes. This just makes a perfect little gift. Like, not that far from Christmas, really. And I gotta be honest, if I received that little presentation box, if I was a fudge lover with all that, I'd be really happy. And I think they charge anything between £7 and £10, even to the consistency of where it comes. And like, you've got this sort of bubble wrap case, just a level of detail to keep everything neat and as it should be. And like I said, we've also got this, which is a little gift set. I think this one was about, it's either £5 or is a deal on they were like £3. So yeah, like I said, we're very lucky to have a sponsor on board, hopefully many more, and go and check them out, make a few orders. Like I said, whatever happens, like anything, you support them, they support us, they support other businesses, and that's what it's all about, really. So yeah, get into a bit of Fudge My Life. Thanks all.
So what's something you'd say you'd learned about the music industry since being in it? Was it sort of difficult things, or while you were a bit like wet behind the ears?
No, certainly not.
Just got to keep like going. Like I said, we've been together for like 7 years probably.
Yeah.
Probably thought that a song would blow up overnight, but it can, but you just got to like keep going.
Yeah, especially when we was in college and you write a song, you'd be like, we're going to be famous tomorrow. And then
The thing is, you get passionate, don't you?
Yeah,
So you hear your music and you think it's the best there is,
Well,
isn't
it
it?
just makes you better. If you think you've got one good song, then just write another one and someone will think it's good, and if everyone thinks it's good, then you've got something.
I think the main thing, you just got to keep putting music out there. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, you'll have ups and downs, but you've just got to keep going with it.
I think that's a good thing. It's quite accessible these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of social media, there's a lot of streaming platforms.
Everybody's trying to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, you take it, our first single, well, not the first single when I was in the band, very first piece of music these guys put out was called Stranger in the Rain.
Yeah.
But Wait For Me, we recorded that out in yours and Dylan's bedroom.
That's Stranger, aren't we? For you, both in my bedroom.
Well, there we are then, yeah. So it's just about that accessibility, you know, you can, if you've got a
of course.
laptop and access to stuff, you know, you can,
Yeah.
you can make it work.
So a bit easier or question a bit more light-hearted. So if you were to cover one classic song, what would it be? So if you were a covers band for the night,
Oh, that's
what would it be?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's not true. Just say what it says. Yeah. I don't know what I covered, to be honest. I don't know.
Maybe like, so I want to know.
Yeah, but it's not a class. I know it's a class.
So if you want to get everyone singing, it's got to be John O'Brien.
To be fair, we like having
There's all players in, it's still a class song.
Because-
It's gotta be that.
when we do play our live, I like saying like, don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band who will call the sting.
Yeah.
Change the lyrics.
Yeah. Did you catch the Oasis gig?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you all went, yeah.
And do
You
you know,
didn't make it, did you?
That's terrible.
Did get you a ticket today? No.
you're using the group chat going on.
Oh, I watched it alleged last gig in the Millennium Stadium.
Yeah.
And it was Kasabian were on before him and the Enemy with a warm-up gig. And I gotta be honest, that night Kasabian, that's when Kasabian hit, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of felt like Oasis were like under the shadow of it all. Because Kasabian just blew off
They
there.
got some good tunes.
Yeah,
right,
well,
haven't
do you know what I'm saying?
like doing Fire as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like not live.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
practice, like, yeah.
Like, great song.
They were a good band, they are.
Yeah, as I say, it just was like, right, these have arrived, do you know what I'm saying? Oasis were probably going through the whole, like, we're not really want to do
What
it there.
surprised me about Oasis when I seen them was like, Snow Gallagher said to me, you haven't seen a live band till you've seen Oasis. And I was like, oh, you're just saying that, that's his usual self. And then when I watched him, I was like, right, I know what he means now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like, I was like, whoa, this is mental.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so, what's on your pre-gig playlist? When coming down, or what's the sort of song? What are you listening to right now?
One rules.
Yeah, you love,
One Horse Fontaines DC.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
DC, yeah.
You're quite like up and coming, and I think they're going to be massive.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, everybody kind of has their own. Like, we share a few artists, but everybody has their own.
Their own playlist.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I wouldn't say everybody shares one particular.
Just indie in general, just like indie alternative, we'll all listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's good in a way, isn't it? You all listen to different.
Yeah. Like,
And then you've got like different aspects to add in the
I think
band, I
everybody brings
suppose.
that in then as well.
Yeah. Any dream collabs? I'm imagining Oasis is probably on there, or one of those, but
yeah, maybe, yeah. But,
Collab, who would we collab with?
or anyone you'd like to like gig with, like be on the sort of support on or
I
whatever.
think like the Caves are probably.
They're quite popular, aren't they, the
yeah,
Caves?
Track or something, they're excellent.
yeah.
So just to wrap up then, so how can fans best support like local bands and support you, sort of thing? What would you say? Is it just a case come to your gig, sort of socials?
I'd say just come to a gig and just listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it.
I'd say less than Spotify. I'd say, to be honest with you, the gig is definitely the one. And if we had, I don't know what the merchandise situation is, but like actual tangible things, because there's so much going around now about streaming how it just doesn't pay artists, even big artists, unless you've got advertising and sponsors behind you. Like, it's tuppence, you know, and not we grew up in that time. You think, I don't know, like the 70s, like times have changed, like you can't
Oh, massive.
just sell albums or like, you know, a random guy's record label will turn up being like, I'm gonna have you lot, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go out, support local bands, support local venues, you know, get the money flowing back in the pubs and the clubs, and
That's it.
there'll be a change.
Especially in our area, it's like a lot of venues and that. It's
Well, in terms of the time you've been doing it, have you found that much has changed? Is it like one sort of thing where you think, God, that's really changed since we've been in there?
well, TikTok's a one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I mean, we only started using that. I mean, earlier this year, and I was like, there's so many bands on here that I would never have known until I went on TikTok and seen them. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many good bands
Those
on
people
it.
up,
Yeah, 100%. There's so I think TikTok's the one that really gets. It can push you further. I think. Do you know what I mean? TikTok. You get that sort of following, the likes, people repost it. I think that is the one out of the social medias right now. That is the one to sort of.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to see that, especially for music and all that. Those used to be sort of Instagram and visuals and stuff like
I
that.
think they're more
But
business accounts now, aren't they? As in, like, they just sort of
That's LinkedIn.
what?
That's LinkedIn.
No, but like, as in the fact of they're letting people know, like, oh, you've got a gig here, you've got a gig there, or something's happening, you've got a single. But TikTok's more like what you're doing right now. You can just literally record something in your room, a cover, anything, and it's just up there. Do you know what I mean?
and have you got any more up and coming gigs for this year now? Have you got anything booked in or?
We actually haven't, have we?
Nothing booked in, but we're always applying, you know, we're just like ears to the ground and trying to listen out for stuff.
Yeah.
Any opportunity we'll jump in it. Like,
Yeah. But there's always people. We always see all over the thing. People looking for support bands or whatever. you just jump on it, don't you? Do you know what I'm saying? Anything's an opportunity.
That's it, isn't it?
Someone might come that night and think, going to watch a headline act, see you guys and think, well, Jesus Christ, this is my new band or whatever. That's what you find it in there.
Well, only a month ago we found out we was playing here, you know what I mean? So I was surprised.
Yeah.
So
Well, lads, honestly, it was really impressive. I'm going to be honest. It was really good. Your track's really good. Trevor, we've got to ask you, what's that about? Who's Trevor?
Who is he?
just write me forever.
Okay.
Literally.
Pick a name.
It's like,
Who's so inspired by that?
nobody.
Yeah.
So Trevor isn't like the local
It's
weirdo walks down Swansea High Street or whatever.
It's a story about literally somebody a girl has come home from a night out. She's obviously done something bad, and you're just being like, you're singing this song. Basically, if you listen to the verses, 2 verses make the story, and then the chorus then is afterwards. You know, you said "Be Forever," then you went "Clwb Trevor." You know,
Yeah.
and that was it. And it just, when I sang Trevor, I was like, why would you sing Trevor? But it just come to me, and I thought, oh, what can I write with that? Forever. Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it was class. It was a highlight. I gotta be honest, really enjoyed that song. Yeah, really enjoyed it, mate.
I can't think of another song with Trevor.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know many people call
And
Trevor.
that was the first
No, there's
single that
not.
we recorded with Sugar House as well. I've been St. Helens.
Ah, right, okay.
And that was the first song we done. They really like that track as well.
Ah, legend. Well, cheers, lads. It's been brilliant, honestly. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, man.
Switch that off.
So that was the interview with the State. I hope you all enjoyed. Follow their socials to see when the next gigs are, and also with us, like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep making content like this. It really is a massive help to us, and we just want to keep growing and growing and growing. So yeah, like and subscribe. Anything on this video you want to put in the comments, let us know, feedback, anything like that. But most importantly, check out our other videos, check out our socials, and we'll speak to you soon.